Shalom everyone. This video is going to be about when I got hit by a semi truck on the highway when I was walking on the highway in 2001. I was 15 years old, and so the last thing I remember was that I was crossing the street with my best friend Jessica. We had just we were walking back to her house from a house party, and we were almost to her house. And then the last thing I remember is just crossing the street, and then I guess I was laying in the street, and a police car saw me lying in the street, and they told my mom that they had a feeling to stop. At first they said they thought I was a piece of trash and they were gonna run me over, but they said that they had a feeling to stop and check what it was, and they stopped, and then they saw me lying in the street. So anyway, I was in the hospital for alcohol poisoning. The police called the ambulance, and then I went to the hospital for alcohol poisoning, and then whenever I woke up, I remembered that I was on probation, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to get in trouble with my probation officers. So I got scared, and I knew if my mom found out that I was in there for alcohol poisoning, that she would call my probation officer. So I pulled out all the IVs out of my hands and my arm, and then the exit door, there was an exit door like right next to my room. It was crazy, but I just walked right out of the hospital, and nobody even knew that I walked out, probably until later. But anyway, so I walk out of the hospital, and it happens to be a highway right there, because I was in a small town called Citrus County, something like that. And I don't really remember because it was a long time ago, but it was 2001, and I was sorry if I'm a little shaky. I drank a lot of coffee today, so anyway. So I walk out of the hospital, and I told myself I'm just going to walk home, and I'm going to make sure my mom doesn't find out about this so I don't get in trouble. So I didn't really know which direction to go in, so I just walked out of the hospital. I made a right, and then and then I start walking. It was only on the highway, so I had where I lived at, I used to live in a city called Dunellen, and just to get to like the nearest hospital, it was in another city, another county, because there was no hospitals in Dunellen. So anyway, so I make a right out of the hospital. I'm hoping that I'm walking the right way. and it's the highway, and it's the middle of the night. And then I see there's like a bunch of bushes, but where the bushes were, it was like really dark. So I was kind of like scared to walk too close to the bushes, because I thought like a homeless man or someone might grab me if I walked, in the dark where I couldn't see. So I was walking on the side of the road, not on the highway, but just kind of close to it. So anyway, so I'm walking, and then all of a sudden I feel something. I feel bam, like right in my back. And before, when I was walking, the only thing that I was seeing, since it was the middle of the night, the only thing that I was seeing going back and forth was semi trucks. I didn't even see any regular cars, just semi trucks the whole time that I was walking. I probably was walking for maybe, I want to say, like at least an hour. So anyway, so what happened was I got hit in the back, I'm walking, and then I got hit in the back, and something picked me up under my armpits. Like, just, you know how you pick up a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old, just pick up a baby right under their armpits. I felt hands, and I felt something pick me up in my armpits, and like 3 feet, pick me up like 3 feet in the air. I'm getting goosebumps while I tell you this story. So anyway, so it just picked me straight up and put me back down, and I felt every bone in my body breaking, and I felt the worst pain that I ever felt in my life. It felt like every single bone in my body had broken, and I just knew the pain that I was feeling. I just knew that I was gonna die. It was the worst pain. And so whenever I was having that pain, so I screamed to God, and then I just looked up and I screamed to God, and I said, please, God, take this pain away. And all of a sudden the pain just disappeared, and it was like nothing had happened, like nothing hurt on me. I didn't even have a headache. And that was like the second biggest miracle that happened to me. And my next video will be the first biggest miracle that has ever happened to me. But anyway, yeah, and then like I actually had physical proof that I was hit by the semi. So I had my purse. I had this light blue purse that was stitched on the side. I had it on my right side. And then after I got hit, I looked at the purse. The stitching was like, it was like ripped in half. The purse was ripped in half. It looked like the Incredible Hulk just grabbed my purse and ripped it in half. And you could see like all the stitching just hanging out of it. There was nothing left in my purse. I just had like half of a purse and the strap of the purse, and that was it. And then I kept the purse. I wish that I still had it. I wish that I hadn't thrown it away, but I kept the purse for like a few months after that happened. And I showed my best friend Jessica, I showed her the purse, and I told her what happened. And of course she believed me, because I mean, I had like physical proof. And but every time I would look at that purse, I got a lot of mixed feelings. I would get flashbacks of the pain, and you know, being hit by the semi. And I mean, I was only 15 years old, and so I ended up throwing it away. I wish that I hadn't, but you know. So now when I tell my story, you just have to have faith that I'm telling the truth, because I don't really have a motive to lie. But anyway, so that's what happened. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you for watching. Bye.